So OpenAI officially responded to Elon Musk's lawsuit that I think he filed a couple of weeks back against Sam Altman in the Superior Court of California, covering four major pointers, and I'm going to quickly cover those as well. So the first point was Elon, who was actually one of the major stakeholders in OpenAI and the co-founder, started the company itself to benefit humanity over profits, specifically building AGI or artificial general intelligence. But over time, that changed, especially with the releases of GPT-3 and 4. Second, the original mission, like I said, was to build OpenAI, that is to build open source model. But after they partnered with Microsoft, and it's also kind of written here, so after they entered in an agreement with Microsoft, the mission changed and companies started focusing on building more closed source models. Third, Musk claims there is a lack of transparency when it comes to AGI or artificial general intelligence, which will change the world as we know, because it will make machines equally as smart as humans, if not more. Musk says that we need more transparency here, and it poses grave threat to humanity, and perhaps the greatest threat we face today. And finally, he also blamed OpenAI for breaching multiple contracts and using unfair business practices, which we've now started seeing to surface, which we'll now start to see surfacing. And then post that, this blog post came out where all the events that happened across these since the founding of OpenAI till today, kind of this blog post kind of gives us like an overview of what exactly happened. So you can see this email from 2015 that clearly says that we need to go with a much bigger number than 100 million. So Elon is saying this. So effectively what happened is, when initially OpenAI started building the company, their mission was to build AGI that will benefit all humanity. You can see it's mentioned here. But as they started building AGI, they realized that they need way more resources than they initially planned. And if you look at this email, so the context is that OpenAI aimed to raise $100 million to kind of build or get enough resources to build the AGI itself. But Elon mentioned that we need a much bigger number here than 100 million, avoid sounding hopeless relative to what Google or Facebook are spending. I think that we should start with 1 billion funding, and I will cover what anyone else does not provide. This is exactly the email from Elon Musk to the co-founders of OpenAI. Now, in total, the nonprofit had raised 45 million from only, while 90 million were contributed from other donors. So this is clearly how it started. If you look at the email, he clearly says that he'll cover the rest of the amount, but that did not happen. Obviously, this wasn't enough for them to get enough resources and compute to build the AGI. And then they started calculating how much AGI will actually require. They realized they will need way more to reach their mission, billions of dollars per year. And then they realized that would not be possible as a non-profit. So OpenAI and Elon recognized a for-profit entity, which would be necessary to acquire those resources. And then in a scenario like this, Elon gave two paths to OpenAI team, right? The first path was that they merge with Tesla or give him the complete control of OpenAI, which was not possible for OpenAI because they did not want to give the entire control to a single entity, and that they also did not want to, work as an entity of Tesla. So when that happened, when OpenAI denied, Elon chose to leave OpenAI, saying that our probability of success was zero and that he planned to build an AGI competitor with Tesla. Within Tesla, he definitely mentioned that he will support OpenAI in any way possible. You can see him mentioning that the probability of success is 0%, and then even raising several hundred millions won't do enough. This needs billion per year immediately or forget it. You can see one of the articles. If you look at these two emails, you will realize that someone sent an email to Elon Musk congratulating on the Falcon 9 launch, and then them mentioning how Sam and other OpenAI people are talking about the virtues of open sourcing AI. To which Ilya, who is the head of machine learning in OpenAI, mentions that it's not safe to give the power, or it's not safe to open source machine learning models because it will lead someone to build an unsafe AI, to which Elon Musk says, yep, and he probably agrees. So in some capacity, what the blog post is saying that if not in agreement, Elon Musk was well aware of the intentions of OpenAI choosing to go for profit, and he was in the circle where OpenAI did choose to build a for-profit organization, which kind of contradicts most of what Elon Musk says in the lawsuit here by saying that they digressed from the goal when he was a part of the decision making and he realized that it would be possible. He was in fact the one to say that if we don't don't invest billions of dollars every year, it's not going to cover. So looking at the lawsuit here and looking at the emails and whatever's being shared here, it is clear that Elon did lie in some capacity about not knowing what was going on. He knew it all along the way, and he's been part of the decision making overall per se. So I don't know, think this is just another top level drama from the tech company. But if you guys have some thoughts with respect to what is not covered here, so if you can obviously cherry pick emails and build a story, but there might have been certain things that we don't know, which will obviously start surfacing now. But if you have something in mind, or if you've read something somewhere and you know something related to this, definitely drop a comment and tell us what the hell is going on. But yeah, that's all for the video. Unfortunately, it seems he did lie, and I hope we get to know more as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.